Welcome to the second part of this tutorial, which is data analysis course for beginners, which is from data cleaning, data analysis itself, and data visualization. So in the first class, we looked at data cleaning, which we looked at the autofit, remove duplicates, fill in the blanks. We had, I think, up to 5 or 6 data cleaning. So you want to start from there if you haven't already. And in this tutorial, we're looking at data analysis. So before you get into the data analysis, you need to have some business questions which they want you to analyze. So in this data set, we're assuming that an external body wants to, have the analysis of the lung disease data because they want to create an awareness to reduce lung diseases. So these are the questions they ask for insight: the number of diseases, the number of treatment types, number of patients, number recovered, and all this. If you notice, we also have age group in this question, and for my data, we don't have age group. Now, it's easy to create age group on pivots, but I'll be doing it via the formula. So I'll be using nested if. So if you're not used to if statements or nested if, I have individual tutorials on them. Please do well to check my page to get more informed on if statements and nested ifs. So let's get right in. So let me first put the column header, which is age group. So I have splitted the age group into 5. So I have 0 to 25, 26 to 20, 26 to 45, 46 to 55, 56 to 50, 75, 76 and above. So let's get right in. So remember, I'm using nested if. So just calm down. It's super easy. Let's get started. Always start your formula with an equal to and our if, who is the star. So we put if. So what's the logic? So this is where your age column is, the first column. So the logic is going to be if the logic tests no. So if A2, so I'm going to stick it to, so if A2, so why I put $sign behind A is because we're going to be going down. So we're going to still be on A, but our rows are going to be changing. So $sign on A means that stay on A, but you can change to. So if A2 is greater or equal to, the first one is 0 to 25. So if it's greater or less than, so let's get on to the formula bar up here. So if A2 is less than or equal to 25, that is 0 to 25, I want you to group them as 0 to 25. So because I want it to write 0 to 25 as a text, I'm going to be putting it in a bracket, like in a quotation mark. So 0 to 25, let's space that, 0 to 25. Then I close the quotation mark. And the next thing is asking me, then I put a comma, value if false. So if column A is between 0 to 25, imputes me the text 0 to 25. If not, this is where your second if statement comes in. That's why I call it nested if, because you put if into if into if. I hope that makes sense. Like I said, I have individual tutorial on this on my page. Please do well to check it out. So the next is if, same thing, if A2, your eye is on the formula bar, or you can still look at column I. So if A2, so I'm going to be locking the A, so it stays on A. So if A2 is if A2 is less or equal to, this time around we are doing 26 to 45. So if A2 is less or equal to 45, imputes. So what is the value that you want me to impute if A is less or equal to 45? Impute 26. Remember, we're putting as a text quotation marks. impute 26 to 45. So you keep doing the same thing. So we enclose that. We bring in another if statement. Now it's getting interesting, right? Yeah. We bring in another if statement. We pick the same A, and we lock it to A. You can actually copy it out to make it faster. So if A2 is less or equal to, so what's the next thing? The next thing is now we're going 46 to 55. So we'll go 55. If it's less, remember. So if it's less or equal to 55, we want it to impute, you put your quotation mark, imputes me 46 to 55, space to 55. So we enclose that. You know what comes next, right? Yes, another if. So if the same thing, A2. So if A2, now we're doing 56 to 75. If A2 is less or equal to 75, you do comma, imputes me 0 to, no, imputes me 76 to 56 to 75. Imputes 56 to 75. So we close that. And the next if is if, now this one is a bit tricky. So you notice that we have unknown in the column A also. So I'm going to say if A is equal to, okay, let me lock that. If A is equal to unknown is a text, so we need to enclose unknown. If A2 is equal to unknown, impute unknown, same thing. If A2 is equal to unknown, just leave it as unknown because we didn't know that, so don't know how to group it. So put unknown there, we enclose that, and if not, impute 76 and above. So because we want it to write as a text, 76 to above. Okay, so let's enclose now. Thank God for Excel. When close that, then we tap enter, and you can see now it's grouped. So all you have to do is see this tiny box here, double click it down. So when you have unknown, you have unknown. When you have 40, you have 26 to 45. We're just trying to confirm that he actually gave us what we want. So 2102. So we're good to go. So now let's get onto our pivots. So to create your pivots, just click on the inside of your data, then you go to insert up here, then you go to pivot table. Now when you go to pivot table, it has picked the range. Do well to check where the system is picking at. As you can see, it might pick from A to I, and that is the range. If you don't have a column header here on your age group, it's not going to pick it. So do well to add the column header if it's not picked already. So I want this on a new worksheet, and I click OK. So this is our pivot table. This is what it looks like. Let's go to the questions. So number of diseases. So they want to know the number of diseases. So we go to the disease types, we put it on the row, and we go to the count. The count is the value. You can see it's giving us so many. You just want to know the number of diseases. How many are they in numbers? We know that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 plus the unknown, which makes it 6. So we need to make it a unique count, not counting the number of patients that has this disease. So you want to do, you can go to value. So let's go, there are 2 ways of going through, but let's go through here. You come to the right hand side, you see value, go through there, you see value field setting, click on it. What you're looking for is distinct count. As you can see, you can do sum, count, average, and all those stuffs, but you're not having distinct count. So you cancel that. So we want to have distinct count. So we go back to the data that we worked with the raw data we're working with. Then we go to, you want to create a new pivot table. On that pivot table, go to insert, pick pivot table like you did before, pick the same range, but now you want to use existing worksheets. So pick existing worksheets. We'll be going to where the initial pivot table is. Let's pick location. So go to location. We're going to be going to where the our first pivot table is, which is sheet 2. Click on it. Then on this sheet we can pick anywhere. So let's pick row 13. So we pick that, we tap enter, and next thing you want to do is tick this, add this data to the data model. So this is what is going to bring out the distinct count. So pick that, you tick that, and you click OK. So when you pick OK, it's working on it. Now it has finished working on it. Now let's try that again. Let's bring the disease type to the rows and disease type to the value. Now we are going to, instead of going through value here, let's go through here. Let's right click. We're looking for distinct count. See the value field setting here also. Then you scroll down. Now you have distinct count. So you pick the distinct count and you click OK. As you can see, now it has changed. You now have distinct counts for the type of disease. So these are the number of diseases that's available, that is on the data itself. So the next question is treatment types. So the number of treatment types, we want to know the number of treatment types. So now instead of going to the data, creating a new pivot table, just copy this one. You copy it, you paste it here. For working smart, paste here. When you click on it, you still have the icons. You untick that, you don't want disease types again. Now you want treatment types. So you bring down your treatment types, then you want to count that, bring down the value. It's still picking the number of patients that have these treatment types. We want it on distinct count. Same thing, right click, we're looking for value field setting. Go to the value field setting. Now we're looking for distinct counts. You pick the distinct counts, you click OK. So now we have the 4 counts, the count of the treatment type. So next you want to do is maybe before you go further, let's label them. So let's label, label your pivot table. You click on the pivot table, go to pivot table analyze. Now you have here pivot table 27. So here we say disease type. So disease type, or let's just make it one word to make it easier. So let's label this next one as treatment type. Treatment type. So that when you click on any table, you know what it means, that this is a disease type table. You pick on this one, this is a treatment type table. Then let's go further with the questions. So the next question says number of patients. So that will just copy. You can say it's faster now and interesting, right? So you copy and paste. For the number of patients, we can just use gender to count the number of patients. So pick gender and that. So these are the number of patients. In total we have 5,109 patients. So let me increase that. I think it's small. So there are 5,109 patients. So we'll go to the next question, which says number of recovered, because there are some people that didn't recover. Same thing, just copy. We're working smart. I know you like it now. Copy, because we're still going to put headers, so just give it some space. We'll paste it. So number recovered, we take out the gender and we look for recovered, and we'll put recovered here. So it has counted the number of recovered. We're going to filter it to yes. We just want the ones that recovered. So these are the guys that recovered. And next question is, how does smoking status impact lung capacity? So let's go back to the field. You can copy. I think we still have the copy. Okay, no, the copy is not there. So let me pick this one. We paste. So now we're working with smoking status and the lung capacity. So that is that. How does smoking impact it? The lung capacity. We notice that people that are smoking have more. So we notice that people that smoke have more issues with their lungs from the results, from the data. So next we want to look at more questions. So next is, which lung disease are most common among age group? So we're going to look at lung disease and age group. So copy this. So we copy this and we paste. We're looking at age group and lung disease. So let's bring in the age group into the rows first, then the lung disease, then we bring in the lung this disease type, then we bring in the disease type on the column. So here we have the disease type and the age group and how how they affect each other. I hope that makes sense. So that's for that. Then we move on to the next question. So we are looking at the next question. Says, which treatment type has the highest recovery rate for the disease? So we're looking at treatment type and recovery rates. We copy this and we paste it down here. Oh, let's copy that again. I only copied the numbers. We copy this. So we take out, we're looking at treatment types and recovery rates. So that's treatment types. So bring down the recovered also, but it's giving us, remember that the recovered are not everybody. So we have some that recovered and some that did not recover, right? So let's put the recovered on columns, which says yes. So from here you can filter your recovered to yes, and you bring it down to the column. So these are the ones that recovered based on the treatment. These are the number of people that recovered based on the treatment types. So instead of having everyone as 5109, these are the ones that just say yes. So you have to just filter from here. When you click on there, just filter yes and it filters for you, or you can leave it, then you filter from here. But just let's work with this. So that is it. Let's see if there are more questions. Oh, age group recovery rates. Next one is age group recovery rates. So we're going to bring it in. Same thing. Let's copy this. I copied this because it's easy. It's a simple table. So age group. So for the next one, we're bringing in the age group and the recovery rates too. So let's filter that to yes. And let's bring it down. Age group and recovery rates. So let's put it in a column. So these are the different age group that recovered fast. So for 0 to 25, we have 180 people and all that. So the next thing you want to do, you might want to sort it, sort them from 0 to sort them in descending order. So to sort, you go to this row label here, you click on the drop down, then more sort options. Then what we're looking at is descending. Then we are sorting by recovered. So you pick that. Okay. So we know that therapy had the highest recovery, and we'll do the same thing for the age group. The row label, click on it, the drop down, more sort option. We're going with descending, and we're going with recovered. Then we click OK. So you see here we have 26 to 45 as the highest recovery rate. My mouse is just misbehaving, I don't know why. But let's move ahead. Next, let's sort this one too. Let's sort these more sort options, descending. We are sorting by disease types, so we say okay. So next we want to put in headers. Let me show you the one I did earlier. So let's put in some headers. So headers this is what I mean by headers. So like to look very presentable. So for my first header, so I'm going to do the first one, then quickly do for the rest. So this is where we started from for this first header. So I'm just going to put disease types, then merge cell, merge, so that everything will be together. Then I'm going to fill that in with green because we are in Excel. I think that's much better. Then increase the font a bit, 18. Then let's bold that. So let me quickly do for the rest. So this is how our pivot table looks like, well organized. The only thing remaining is for us to format these numbers to have a comma, so you just click inside, highlight your numbers and the values. I think the value is better. Come up here, you see number, put the comma, but you have 00 at the back, right? No need to worry. Click on the drop down, more number formats. You see accounting, you see 2 means that you're having 2 zeros at the back. So remove the 2 and put in 0 and click OK. So when you do that for this number, there's no need for you to do for the other ones. Just highlight it, go to format painter here, click on it, then just click on the drop down. You can see working smart here. You do the same thing. You go to any place you have the value, you do the same thing, then you pick the same thing, go to format paint, then you pick where you have values. It just automatically fix the values for you instead of going all the way to the numbers again to do that. So your format painter does it for you. So I hope that was helpful. Now we are done with cleaning, we're done with analysis. Now to the big guy, data visualization. See you in the last tutorial. Please do well to like, follow and share.